That's right, boys and girls, we're back once again, live right here over on Twitch for the quarter-finals of the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations. And I'm going to roll the VT and get stuck in to the good stuff right about right, folks, back once again. Here we go for the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations. The last 8, the final double bubble, split into 4 ways. 4 ways? Yeah, 4 matches. That's right. Who's left? I'll talk all about that and more in just a second. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash the thumbs up and smash the subscribe over on YouTube. And while you're here over on Twitch, make sure you smash the follow button over there. But yeah, it's been a few days, so we're trying to play catch up a little bit. But it is the final 8 into the last quarter-final stages. So let's go first and foremost take a look at how we got to this stages out in Africa. So let's remind ourselves about how the groups were separated towards the end of it. I'm not going to go over every result here, just a couple of highlights. Out of Group A, we saw Egypt, Uganda and Democratic Republic of Congo squeeze through to the knockout phases. Egypt go through quite convincingly in the end, winning all three of their matches, yet to concede a goal at this stage. Talk more about them in a minute. Yeah, quite a few green blobs along the way in my predictions. Not too bad prediction results out of that group. Yeah, Uganda surprising us all, getting us through to the knockout stages as runners up as well. So not too shabby indeed. Meanwhile, over in Group B, and again a few surprises, quite a big one as well. Madagascar topping Group B, and again yet to lose a game at this stage. Nigeria as well getting through, and Guinea, they also made it to the knockout stages with one of the top 3 spots out of the groups to make it through to the final. Was it last 16, something like that. Again in this group, 2 red blobs along the way, nothing too fantastic. But yeah, overall it was a bit of a surprise. Madagascar, story of the tournament, that's all I can say so far. Meanwhile, over in Group C, yeah, it was the sort of heavyweights, Algeria, Senegal, no surprises there. Maybe just the way they came out of this group. I think Senegal coming out in second is a little surprising. Algeria, though, doing the business. And again, at this stage, they did not concede a goal throughout the group matches. And Kenya, my boys Kenya, unfortunately, they went home. Gone. Out in Group D, very difficult group this one. 3 sort of powerhouses within the group. Namibia, unfortunately, again, with the one and only Rover taking part in this, bowed out, pretty weak in the end. But Morocco coming out on top with 3 wins out of 3. Again, no goals conceded for them. Ivory Coast got second, and Bafana got 3rd place in Group D. Meanwhile, in Group E, probably one of the most complicated groups for me. Score-wise, as you can see, just the one result which was okay, and that was a 2-1 win for Mali over Marashana. The rest all red, so not great for me prediction-wise. But Mali coming out through unscathed. Tunisia also coming out without winning a game and out losing the game, so they came out with 3 points. Mali coming out with 7. Angola and Marashana went home. Meanwhile, final group here, Group F. Again, a couple of big boys here, Ghana and Cameroon, both going through on 5 points without losing a goal. Cameroon at this stage did not concede a goal either, and again, pretty woeful on my predictions. And Benin squeezed in there with 3 points as well, without winning a game, without losing a game as well. So that was your group roundup. So take a look at the quarter-final stages. Obviously the 16 nations got through to the knockout phases, and this is what happened. So in the first quarter-final, it was Morocco up against Benin. That's right, and we had another surprise on our hands out in Africa, with Benin squeezing by on penalties, 4-1 in the end after a 1-1 draw after 90 minutes. I actually went with Morocco on this one with a 2-0 win, so unfortunately I got that one wrong. We'll take a look at your boys' predictions in just a second. Meanwhile, Uganda took on Senegal in yet the other quarter-final match in this side of the draw. Ended up as a 1-0 win for Senegal. I actually called this one, so it got a bit of green in there, so that's nice to see. Meanwhile, Madagascar took on Democratic Republic of Congo in what has been the story of the tournament. Madagascar just not going away at all after a 2-2 draw after 90 minutes, 4-2 on penalties. They go through to the quarter-finals. I actually predicted a 1-0 win for Madagascar, but I didn't expect them to be that prominent with the goals. Meanwhile, Ghana took on Tunisia, two heavyweights. The bottom half of this draw ended up as a 1-1 draw after 90 minutes. Ghana actually tumbled out against Tunisia, 5-4 on penalties. I actually called Tunisia to win this one 2-0. So not too bad. Not this side of the draw, not too bad. Just one sort of red mark on my name. The rest, okay. Meanwhile, on the other side of the draw, Nigeria duked it out with Cameroon, and that also was goals galore in this one. 3-2 winners for Nigeria, 5 goals in the end. I did actually call a 1-0 win for Nigeria, the Super Eagles. They will continue in the tournament. Egypt, hosts, took on former winners. I'm sure they're former winners. South Africa, Bafana. Could they with the party poopers? In the end, 1-0 win, squeezing by the hosts and upsetting, basically ripping up the script for this tournament as the hosts go out. I actually called a 3-0 victory for Egypt on this one, so I got this one wrong. How did you guys get on? I'll have a look in just one moment. Algeria took on Guinea. They took on Guinea in the quarterfinal stages or the last 16. 3-0 win, comfortable win for Algeria in the end. I actually called a 3-1 win for Algeria as well. And last but not least, it was Mali up against Ivory Coast. I remember now, boys, when we did the predictions for the games, you guys went with Ivory Coast, I went with Mali. And guess what? You guys got it on the nose. I actually went with Mali, 2-1 win in the end. I got an actual final score. It was a 1-0 win for Ivory Coast. Yeah, not too bad indeed. Ivory Coast continue. So that is the state of... Let's take a look at those matches in all. And Algeria up against Ivory Coast. Right here, Algerian Orananis. He went with Egypt to win. Unfortunately, got that one wrong. Cameroon to win. Got that one wrong. Algeria, 2-1 win over Guinea. Not too shabby indeed. He went with a draw between Ghana and Tunisia. He didn't actually predict the end result on that one. He also predicted a 2-2 draw between Madagascar and Congo. So that's not too shabby. And a 2-1 win for Mali over Ivory Coast. So not too... Basically a bit up and down with his predictions there. Meanwhile, Henny Ouiala went with Morocco. They tumbled out. Senegal against Uganda. He got that basically the victory there. Nigeria won. Cameroon won. He also picked Egypt over South Africa as well. So yeah, he not the best of predictions for that fella. Harley Bardot has predicted quite a few of our games so far along the way. Went with Morocco, as the majority of us did. In fact, we'll have a quick scan on these predictions. I think everybody pretty much picked Morocco. Uganda to lose. He got that one right. Madagascar 1, Congo 0. He pretty much got that bad boy on point. Ghana 2, Tunisia 1. Ghana are out, unfortunately. Tunisia will keep on going. Nigeria against Cameroon. He got the Super Eagles right. Egypt 2, South Africa 0. That's the big upset. Algeria 3, Guinea 0. Ivory Coast 2, Mali 1. Not too shabby indeed for Harley Bardot. The football nerd has been a regular predictor for us. He also went with Morocco. Unfortunately, no. Senegal 2, Uganda 0. Not too bad there. Nigeria 2, Cameroon 1, Egypt 2, South Africa 0. A lot of us predicting Egypt, including myself. Unfortunately, we were wrong. Madagascar 1, Dr. Congo 1. He also predicted the penalties 3-2, so not too shabby by the football nerd. He seems to be on point quite a fair bit. Algeria 3, Guinea 1, Mali 1, Ivory Coast 2, Ghana 2, Tunisia 2. And he predicted 5-4, so he is not too bad on there. I think I need to get his lottery numbers because he is on point. Arub Regraru, he went with the 2-0 win for Morocco. Again, just like the rest of us in the Collectors Club, we got that one wrong. Uganda 0, Senegal 1. Madagascar 1, Dr. Congo 1. He also predicted Ghana to upset Tunisia, but that was wrong. Nigeria 1, Cameroon 2, false. Egypt 2, South Africa 0, Algeria 2, Guinea 1. He also went with a 2-2 draw between Mali and the Ivory Coast. Poppy lad, PUP, as a regular predictor as well. He did miss a couple of games, but he did get in for the rest of them. He went with a 2-0 win for Algeria. He did get Tunisia. He went for Congo. Unfortunately, that was his banana skin right there. And then he went for Mali over Ivory Coast, just like me. And he came in with the last 4. He went with Mali on penalties. He did go for Madagascar, he went for Tunisia, and he also went for Algeria as well. And a couple of guys here went for a couple of sporadic ones. Julia, she went... I don't even... that was Yotobu Cringe. And then finally, Khalad Badaji, he went with Benin to beat Morocco. I'm just looking at some of these predictions. I don't even know... yeah, they're in French, so I'm wrong. Algeria got that one right. Ghana wrong. Congo wrong. But this fella's just completely wrong. So... Yes. Anyway, there were more. Let's go on the second screen here. Fondou went with Morocco. Senegal on penalties. Also went with Algeria over Guinea, which had the and Purple Hazel went with the Morocco 1-0 win, just like, you know, that was the fancy team, and unfortunately all of us were wrong. Uganda, he went with Senegal over Uganda, which was correct. Went with Madagascar and went with Egypt. So just, you know, put the asterisks out there to indicate penalty predictions. So Purple Hazel got it pretty much as good as you can get it without being, you know, we picked the Ivory Coast, didn't pick the Morocco, but I don't think any of us did. And he also predicted Egypt, and I don't think anyone else predicted that one. Went with Algeria, went with Nigeria, went with Egypt as well. So the boys right here live on Twitch, I'll give you guys a round of applause because you did a tremendous job. Obviously, the banana, there were some real upsets in there, and you guys, obviously, we all got them wrong. I don't think any of us, nobody got them predicted right. But anyway, so let's take a look at those 8 nations that remain. Madagascar, they are the people's champions right here. They are 33-1 to win the tournament. Nigeria now 11-2, the Super Eagles, and we have Algeria 7-2. And Senegal, probably the favourites for the tournament. We've also got Ivory Coast 6-1 for the tournament right now. South Africa, and wrapping up the set, it is Benin 40-1. So that's the 8 nations that remain in the quarterfinals. But anyway, let's take a look at the games now. This is where your prediction skills come in, boys. If you're watching on Twitch or if you're watching on the re-upload on YouTube, get your predictions in for the next one, because we'll come back again. I think I think the quarterfinals are taking place Wednesday and Thursday, so we'll be back again live, I believe. Anyway, so take a look at each other 6 times in all competitions around the world. 4 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. So Benin do have a win under it in favour of Senegal, 9-20. So that's, you know, pretty much you're going to be losing money if you make a bet on that. Benin 8-1. We've got 8-1 for Benin, and the draw is for Senegal. Anyone else want to jump in with him and give a prediction? If not, I'm going to give you mine. And it's pretty. Wait, I'm just going to go in there and jump straight in. I'm also going 2-0 Senegal. That's right. They are the favourites, especially at this stage. Benin completely ends. Oh, bless them. Well, unfortunately, if he can't get the predictions in on Twitch, he can get them in later on the re-upload on YouTube. So I'll look out for Africa now. Nigeria, obviously one of the powerhouses. They are giving him. There he is. He's in there. No problem. A little bit late, but Algeria Cow's going with Benin over Senegal. So he puts Benin into the semi-finals. Purple Hazel jumping the gun. Show that a fair few times over the years. And 13 times in all competitions and all rounds around the world. Nigeria winning 6 of them. South Africa 2 of them. And they've drawn each other 5 times. So Nigeria quite fancied in this. The bookmakers also see the same thing. Whoa, they see it at 19-20 favourites for Nigeria, 21-10 the draw, and 10-3 the win for South Africa. We also have a couple predictions in the house. Purple Hazer going with a 2-1 win for Nigeria. Looks like Purple Hazer's got my sneaky peeks. He's had a look at my cheat sheet and got my predictions. He's calling them before me. Oh my goodness. So me and Purple Hazer. Moving on to the next, or the lower half of the draw, it is Ivory Coast up against Algeria. Again, now this is a crunch one. This one, I think both of these nations could go all out and win the whole stinking thing. So we'll have to see, you know, see what ends up on this side of the draw. Square right down the middle. Ivory Coast have won 8 games. Algeria have won 8, and they've drawn each other 7 times in all competitions. The bookmakers find it a little bit tough to call. They are siding with Algeria 5-4. Ivory Coast 5-2. The house. Purple Hazers going 1-0 win for Algeria. If he can get his pick in, but if not, I'm going to give you mine. I'll take a wee sip of my coffee. He's also, he must be having his problems. I am also siding with Algeria, but unfortunately I've had through to the, look at that, Algerian Cows right in on point. He's also gone with a 3-2 win for Algeria as well. So me and Algerian Cow on this one got the bang on point score prediction. A double right at the end here with the final quarter-final. It is the big boys, or the party, the people's champion, Madagascar, up against Tunisia. This is it in all competitions. Tunisia winning 3 of them, Madagascar one of them, yet to have a draw. The bookmakers see this heavily, in favour of Tunisia. I'll give you my reveal. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe you didn't see it. Tunisia 8-11 favourites. Madagascar 17-4. The draw is 12-5. Purple Hazer is still sticking with the people's champion Madagascar with a 1-1 draw, 5-4 on penalties. I'm just going to reveal mine. Unfortunately, this is where I think Madagascar will bow out. As much as I'd love to see them do a Haiti or do a Curacao, I think this is where their party will end. I think Tunisia are just organised. They're switched on. They know their stuff. They know semi-finals anyway. Any more predictions in the house? And LG and Cal, I'm looking at you, see if you're still with me. They have drawn all their games. They've just done bits, so a penalty shootout is a fair result. Madagascar 3, Tunisia 1. So LG and Cal and Purple Haze are both going with the people's champ, Madagascar, to make it through to the semi-finals. That'll be absolutely crazy. As much as I'd love to see it, I just don't think it will happen. I just don't think so. So that, my friends, is all I've got for you quarterfinals wise. So just a little bit of admin before we wrap this baby up. Again, you guys on Twitch have been here, the forever present, and you know the drill here. But I will be going live on YouTube in Benin, and I'll also be pre-recording the Bundesliga, La Liga, and Serie A predictions. So I'm kind of giving you the heads up, guys, to say that these prediction shows will continue. They'll just be on YouTube a little bit later on in the year. Meanwhile, on Patreon, if you want 6 additional leagues, they're right there for you. Just get involved in Patreon, boys and girls. I'm shouting it out from the rooftops, so get involved over there. And again, we are going to continue the Africa Cup of Nations live prediction, at least the semi-finals. So, yes. So, what's going to happen with the review show? Very good question. I have no idea right now. I don't know if maybe I'll just hold out on a deal, and I'll get all the comments from the. I'll do a kind of a joint thing, and I'll do that. I don't know if it'll be a YouTube thing or if it'll be a Twitch thing. Probably a YouTube thing. So yeah, I'll probably do a joint review show once the final of this goes on, because it'll be the same situation. There'll be comments, predictions coming in for the final of this, so I can get those. Anyway, folks, that's pretty much. Make sure you follow as well. Yeah, back again. I will be back again Friday for the semi-final predictions, boys and girls, for the Africa Cup of Nations, and hopefully you guys can join me. That'll be great if you can. If not, you can always catch it on the old re-upload. I wonder what she's had. She's predicted some shockers, but she's basically. Yeah, had an okay tournament. But anyway, folks, hopefully you guys will be anything else before we wrap this one up. Probably not.